When a person is having problems with their hearing, they usually go to their GP. Most people have a mild hearing loss. However, some develop a hearing loss so severe that they can hardly hear anything at all. It's a very traumatic time for these people and their families. There is a nationwide organisation that can help people in this situation. Link is based in East Sussex, but can provide help for people throughout the UK. Most people with hearing problems go first to their GP or local hospital. Andrew Meredith is a consultant ENT surgeon at the Conquest Hospital in Hastings.
Deafness is the hidden disability. You can see someone who's blind, they carry a stick, they're obviously having problems. You can see someone who's lame or has a physical disability. The deaf have nothing to announce that they have a problem, and they're very often taken as being subnormal or rude. And people find this very offensive, and it takes a lot of time coming to terms with, particularly if it's happened suddenly.
He's been referring patients to Link for 20 years.
Link can really help because they can offer the counselling and the training that will help them to come to terms with their deafness, to understand what's happening to them, and the various social and economic and other implications that go with it. They'll also get the opportunity to meet other people in the same situation and get to understand how they are dealing with the problems. And this is very important for them to realise that they're not alone in this problem. There are others in the same situation.
Audiology and hearing therapy departments are often very aware of the problems that deafened adults face.
Now let's just try this one. It's
Susan Millage is a hearing therapist at Epsom General Hospital. She knows from personal experience what Link has to offer.
And now that's on. How does that sound? In my 40s I went severely, almost profoundly deaf very quickly, and became quite socially isolated and found working very difficult as well, communicating with colleagues and the public. And I suppose I, like other people, became quite depressed about it and held back quite a lot from living, as it were. Stopped contacting friends, stopped answering the telephone, and really became very isolated, which wasn't good for the family either. Link helps to enable you to get on and do things for yourself in a variety of practical and emotional ways. The instruction at Link is mostly by deafened adults, people who know exactly what it's like to be deaf.
Louise Joy is a young mother. She's had problems from birth in one ear, but on the day after Boxing Day, she woke up to find she couldn't hear anything at all.
Get those ears.
Being only 24 when I went deaf, it was just so horrible. I just thought my life had ended. Once you've gone deaf, it's like you're left on the shelf and there's nobody else to help you. The Link helped me a lot, and when I left the Link, my life changed. It put everything in perspective for me and changed everything. It was brilliant.
For patients, getting funding to go to Link can be a problem. It's often a matter of convincing the local primary care trust.
Each patient's funding has to be negotiated with their primary care trust, and the primary care trust may well never have heard of Link, and they're very often short of money anyway, and it can take a long time to get approval for funding.
It is hard to convince some primary care trusts that the problem with hearing loss is not just medical, and the fact that if somebody wears a hearing aid, they increase the volume of speech, music, and can live a normal life. It's very difficult to for some people to understand that it's much more of a psychological problem, and unless they can be helped psychologically, then it's very hard for them to move on.
John Graham is a consultant at the Royal National Throat, Nose and Ear Hospital in London.
We feel that attending the Link Centre is very helpful for a great deal of our patients. It provides emotional support not only for the patient but also for their family, who may be totally bewildered about what it's like being deaf, and the person who's deaf themselves can't really explain it to their family. So it provides a great deal of support in cementing the family together and helping them together to work towards coping. We've seen patients who have been quite depressed. They've been to the Link Centre. Once they understand what's going on and they understand what they should do to try and help themselves, they come back looking and feeling a lot happier.
I would encourage my colleagues to continue referring patients to Link, particularly with profound and severe deafness, because the experience that Link has built up shows in the response of these patients to it. They very definitely benefit from the exposure to the Link services and come out with a totally different attitude to their problems. But if you do need any other support, you will come back to me through the audiologists and tell them.
Deafness is a long-term problem, but an early referral to Link can help prevent long-term psychological and mental health problems. It's no exaggeration to say that early referral can save relationships. People can also get back to employed work and a level of self-sufficiency. For society as a whole, there can be great social and cost benefits. For deafened people, Link can change their lives. So next time you have a patient who fits these criteria, part of your management program should automatically include considering a referral to one of Link's varied types of support. Some of your patients desperately need intensive rehabilitation. Some just need to know where their local social group will be meeting. The one thing they all have in common is that they're depending on you to signpost them to the necessary services. And Link has the experience and knowledge to make a real difference to deaf adults and their families. For more information, click on Contacts and Information.